Hi, everybody. I'm Farneti. I'm a partner at Doughty, Hanson, one of the venture capital funds in the UK. I think after Amy's presentation, I thought, man, I'm standing in a church after such a great speech. I think I may want to ask for forgiveness for being a VC. But because I'm not, and it's not my style, I decided I'll go on with my own story. There should be maybe a slide there. Probably you wanted to know about VC firms, but I think the real point here, and I think why this today is such a great day, is that you're going to talk about, well, we're going to talk about ourselves. So in a VC fund, there are maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 partners, and the reality is that we are all different. So when you're talking to one fund, you actually need to think about who is it that you're talking to. And I'm different from my colleagues, and each one is completely different in terms of style and knowledge and everything that you get from us. So I thought I'll spend the next 4 minutes talking about who I am. At least next time if you come and approach me, at least know who I am. So one of my favorite things are films, and being Italian, I like mafia movies more than anything else. One of my favorite movies is a film called Goodfellas. Who can remember the opening statement of the movie? Okay, it goes like this. As long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster, right? It's a great statement. And I think all of the entrepreneurs in the room, at least the ones that really deserve the title of entrepreneurs, were born one day and they say, I need to fix a problem. I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, here's the first difference. VCs are not born VCs. I didn't want to be a VC. Nobody wants to be a VC from the age of 5, right? Something happens in your life, you know, you've been a great manager, you've made money, you've done something, and at some point you think, okay, I'm going to do this because I really enjoy it. So for me, it started in '96. It was April '96 and I met Vinod Khosla. For those who know, Vinod is one of the founding partners of KP, Kleiner Perkins, probably one of the most successful VC in the world. I bought a company from him on behalf of Telecom Italia, who was one of my clients. And sitting down with Vinod at the dinner, he was talking in '96 about the internet, the death of long-distance telephony. I thought, this guy is really, really cool. And then when he went to the car park, and I saw he had a Lamborghini Diablo, I said, what is it that you do again for a living? Because that's what I want to do. So I thought that's my vocational call. So if you get to the next slide. So 2 years later, I started my own fund, probably as much as an entrepreneur I can be, and it's not my DNA, but I wrote a paper together with a couple of friends to the Vorstand of Deutsche Bank, and luckily we got 135 million Deutschmarks. So that was my first endeavor as a VC. And this was '98, so you can imagine anything can happen. And I did my first deal. It was a company called Airspan Communication that does wireless local loop equipment. And after not even a year, it went public for more than $1 billion. I thought, this is easy money. I can do this, right? The 7 write-offs that I had after that are not on my CV. Then we raised another fund with Doughty Hanson in 2001. The reason why VCs are so stingy with their money is because it took us 185 meetings to raise the fund. So we treat the money very, very, very seriously. And whoever tells you otherwise is lying. So when we raised the fund, it wasn't like great celebration. It was like, yeah, right, no, let's get to work. So after my first IPO in 2000, I actually had to wait 7 years to get another exit. The good news is that each and every one of my portfolio companies either sold or IPO'd, and it was one every year for the last few years from 2007. And actually 2007 was a great year, and Eric here in the room can remember, because we sold a Dutch company called Tridion, which was one of my very first investments. It was a great story, which leads me to one of the metrics that I'm most proud of. Over the last 10 years at Doughty Hanson, I was involved with companies that were sold successfully, and I'm very, very proud to say that I've helped creating 15 millionaires, people who were not before. So these are people that will come back to the industry, will invest, ask for, maybe my help again, and I've already invested in 2 of the guys that I invested the first time. I think if there is a vote of confidence, a repeat customer. So that's how it works for us, and it is a vote of trust. Actually, some, as I said, were Dutch, and I would love to reinvest in another Dutch company. And also the people that work with us, some of the associates that I helped getting into the business left my company. And one is a partner at Sequoia in China, one is a VP of Asia at Google, and another one is a partner at Seedcamp. All right, that's my time.
Stay on for one more second. I've just asked you one more question. So Ivan, maybe good to know, who should talk to you? What kind of, is there anything you guys look for in specific?
Yeah, I think as a manager of a larger fund, right, we are trying to get companies that can really make a big difference. We're a little bit opportunistic like everybody. There are certain things that we like a lot. Platform businesses, big communities that have stickiness, vertical markets where the customer is delighted about your product. I think if, I don't know, I'm sure you met with some of us, and we probably didn't get your business, so sometimes we don't get it, we don't pretend to do, but oftentimes we actually have people that we can ask for recommendation and advice. Anything that can really be a challenge to an existing market, anything that can make a new wave become reality. And for those businesses, you do actually need money because shit happens. So if you do have a great execution and nothing wrong happens in your business, please let me know because it will be the first business I know. In reality, shit happens. And when shit happens, if you're a semiconductor company, one mistake is $10 million. Right? If you're an internet company, one mistake can be $1 million loss. Right? So depending on which business you are in, you may have more or less requirement for capital. If you can do it without capital, do it without capital. If you do need capital, get the right people.